All right, we off pause over here, and we back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Dap dap da 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 do daps daps da 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 do.
All right, y'all. So we back. It's episode 26.
26, half a year. We've been doing this for 6 months.
Beliefs.
Ugh. Beliefs.
Um,
We had finished with acceptable behavior. We're gonna finish talking about accept. We had finished. We had talked about gonna be a time when y'all don't believe in the same things. Religion, upbringing. You wanna cover some more acceptable behavior?
no.
Okay, we're done with acceptable behavior. Thanks for tuning in. That'll be it.
So, justifying your beliefs, and that doesn't necessarily mean in your relationship, but it could be to other people about what you're doing in your relationship, or how you live your life, or how you raise your kids, or what you allow in your house. There are going to be some times that you're just not going to allow people to be in your life, regardless how much they want to be in your life. Right. So you have to be able to stand strong in your beliefs, regardless of how they affect those around you and your other relationships. One thing, and for those of you that are married or plan on getting married, the most important relationship outside of your relationship with your universe or your God or Yahweh or whomever you look up to for guidance, outside of that relationship, your marriage is your next most important relationship. And a lot of people say their kids come first. Well, yes, that's true, but it's not completely true. Your marriage comes first, because if your marriage is broken, your kids are not going to be able to get anything out of you. You're not going to be strong enough to give your kids what they need. So, marriage is so being strong in how you guys believe, and how you believe your relationship to be. That's the most important, that you express that to other people. So,
Okay. One thing on that real quick. I think that when it comes to justifying my beliefs, I believe that, it's just certain stuff that I believe in that really shouldn't be, compromised for any kind of situation. Like, so I feel like if I tell somebody, okay, like I said this, and it's crazy. It didn't flare up or turn into no big ass argument or nothing. I'm cussing a lot today. Dang, I'm cussing a lot today. It didn't turn into no big nothing. But okay, so I told my family. I said, y'all are the family. Like everybody else in my family is the family. This is my family. You see what I'm saying? So I believe that my family, it has a priority over the family. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly believe that. Like, I'm not going to do something that's not cool for my wife just to satisfy my family. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, she the one I got to deal with outside of all the other bull. So if she's not happy, then I'm not going to be happy. And then we're not going to be happy. So we're going to end up in a destructive relationship. And then I'm going to end up back with my family anyway, which... I ain't saying it's a bad thing to be with your family, but when you can find somebody outside of your family that you can consider family, it's a wonderful thing. But I got a couple of homeboys like that too. Like I got a couple of homeboys, they closer to my cousins and some of my brothers. But that's a whole different episode. But you know what I mean? That's just you gotta just know you gotta justify. If you can justify your beliefs to yourself, regardless what anybody else think, that's what you should run with. Because what do you say? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. So everybody gonna tell you what you should believe in. Or you shouldn't believe that this happened on this day. Or you shouldn't believe this. Or you shouldn't believe that God is alive. Or you shouldn't believe that this and this. And you know what I mean? And people, they just go have their beliefs. And you gotta let them run with them. Because I know mine. So I'm good. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So why is it important to accept each other's beliefs? There are going to be times that, like I said before, on the Facebook Live, is that you're not always going to believe the same thing. You're not always going to believe you're just not going to believe everything the same. But accepting that, so for instance, Henry's done a lot of research recently on, the validating of the Bible. And I'm not saying that he doesn't believe that the Bible is real or he doesn't believe all of that, but there are some evidence that he's come across that makes him not want to believe the information that he's been taught all his life from the Bible. Now, again, I'm not dogging the Bible, and don't take it that way. I'm just saying that for me, for the stuff that he was telling me that he learned, I was like, I don't really believe that. But I didn't make him feel bad with what he learned or feel bad with the way he was, teaching me stuff. But it's hard, especially if you believe something and then somebody tells you something that makes what you believe not true anymore. That's hard to deal with. So, and being in a relationship and all the things that we talked about that are part of your belief system, you have to be acceptance of that. Now, at some point, you might get to the point where their beliefs are too far different from yours, and that relationship might have to end. But that's the whole point of bringing up this topic, is to allow you to deal with that with your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, so that you guys are on the same page, or agree to disagree, which is okay too.
Yeah, like my thing was with the accepting each other's beliefs is, okay, I believe or I accept that she believes that she has to know everything about a situation before we go ahead.
That hasn't even happened yet.
I accept that. I haven't totally accepted it. I understand you're going to ask me 900 questions and I only got 3 answers. I understand that. I accept it. Because that's what it is. But then, I'm appreciative of it, because I'd rather deal with that than somebody who don't ask any questions and then we have to go through it while we going through it. It's like packing and moving. Or moving and packing at the same time. That's just stupid. Like, you should have had all that. You should have had that room packed up before we got here, so we could have just got that room and got. I was going off, huh? I was going off on a I do that, man. I just go off on tangents. But yeah, so that's pretty much about that. How many minutes we got?
7.
Oh yeah, we can get through the last 27 minutes.
So, it's also important to have similar beliefs, like core beliefs. So one thing both Henry and I believe wholeheartedly is that we be faithful. Like, that is like the deal breaker in our marriage. If either of us cheat, then it's pretty much over. Especially for me, and I don't understand how women do this. If they make another baby, that's too much for me. That's just too much. But I'm just saying that will never happen to us. But I'm saying, like, understanding, like we were talking about before, like, about the, like, people that believe it's okay to cheat or okay to be abusive, or believe that they can belittle somebody because they make more money, or they're the only ones working, or they have better education, or they came from a better family, or whatever it is that allows them to feel superior. If they, you shouldn't, if you are with somebody like that, then that's not somewhere you should be. So when you're looking, even if you haven't found your significant other, you should be looking for somebody that has similar core beliefs.
Yeah, like, one of our similar core beliefs is in family.
Yes.
Like, we actually believe this, because we have tried and tested it. We are the only ones we can depend on.
Yes.
We know that.
Yes.
Like, so we believe that. Like, babe, if it all hit the fan, we the only ones we got.
Yep.
So that's the same. We have that same belief. We both believe in family. We both believe family should be close. We both believe it should be 2 parents in the house. In every situation, in every relationship. Even if the parent can't be there 24 hours a day, like, even if they don't live together, they should be in their lives. Like, kid, the dad, this is mainly to you men and women. Mostly, okay, how can I say this without being an ass about it? Okay, it's some men that are trying their hardest to be in their child's life.
Excuse me.
And then there are the women that have these kids with these men. They don't let these men be in their life because they don't want to be with that woman. You know what I mean? And that's like reckless to me. Like I've never got down like that. Like,
can I have my pinky, please?
Like my oldest child. See, now we're about to get into it. My oldest child, she's not technically mine, like biologically, but when she was a month old, you know what I mean, like young as heck, her dad told her, "Mom, as long as she mess with me, he ain't gonna do for her." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like, okay, I said some really reckless stuff because man, I was like 20, 19. Yeah, I said some pretty reckless stuff. Like, so I was like, I'll F him and tell him to do this and go to hell and all that. So, I mean, that's how that happened. But I don't feel like a woman or a man should do that. Like, just because a person don't want to be with them, the child should not be involved in that at all. Like, so you know what I mean? And I believe that. Like, so that's one of my beliefs. I think we have that same belief. Like, you know what I mean? Just because they don't want to be with you, that don't mean they can't be with the child. You know what I mean? So that's that. And to top it all off,
you have to believe in each other. And sometimes you got to believe another person more than they believe in themselves.
yes.
And sometimes you have to believe in that person, even if you believe that it's like impossible, like man impossible for stuff to happen. You got to believe that the universe will move mountains to make that whatever happen. And there were plenty of times, like from the time I knew Henry, from the first time I met Henry, and I've said this before in other videos, I knew I was going to marry him. I knew I loved him. I knew I loved him the first month I met him. I even told him that, which probably just signified how crazy I am. But apparently it must have been okay because we've been together this long. But I believed he could be better than what he was being at the time. I knew he was better. And then there's nothing wrong with who he was when I met him, but I knew what was on the outside was not representing what was on the inside. This is what represents what's on the inside. Like, this is who Ken Henry is in his mind, in his head.
Boots to suits.
Right. This is who, and the way he carries himself, and the way he thinks, and the way he talks, and the way he interacts with people, that's who Henry is. Now, who he was when I met him is still in there. Is still the same man. It's the way he carries himself differently. And I always say this, and we have 1 and a half minutes. One of the most attractive things to me about Henry is the way he walks. He walks like he could walk through walls. And he believes that he could walk through walls.
Hey, you know what's crazy about that? Look, okay, yeah, we got a minute left. Check this out, right? When I be walking, I be in my head, I be like making a thunder sound when my feet hit the ground, like. No, bro, I really do. Like, I'm like,
But one thing is that he didn't always walk like that.
No, I didn't. Not when I was in t-shirts and pants. Now I wear ties and slacks. Check them socks. Ooh, ooh.
All right, y'all. Well, that concludes our episode 26.
Yeah. Till next week, Henry Jr.
Jessica and Queen.
And Queen. And say, we on pause over here. We on pause over here. All right. This is Happily Married. I'm telling you, I'm gonna bust out this shirt, man. Watch me. 14.